Better turn me live, haven't I? Hello everybody. How are you? I hope if you join me, live especially, and you're able to do it with me, that would be great. But I do understand I might have caught you in the middle of the day. But I wanted to give you something to remember this day by. World Osteoporosis Day, so very important. Hello, Karen. Hello. Are you going to do this, Karen, or are you just watching it work? The workout is going to be all for making and preserving stronger bones. So females particularly going through menopause or menopausal at all are very vulnerable from your bones getting more brittle because of the lowering levels of estrogen in your body. So we really do need to up the ante and strength train however you want to in your day or in your week, but you must do something to maintain these lovely strong bones. So what I'm going to show you today are just a few ideas. I'm going to do it live. Oh, thanks, Karen. It could be just you and me. What we're going to do are a few exercises that you can easily implement anywhere and you can do anywhere. They don't have to be in your PE kit. You can do them in your, your normal work clothes. It's lovely if you want to do them in kit and make a workout of it, but it's more important that you get the activity in and you get the movement in regularly to keep consistent with it. And then you're laying down more bone mineral every day rather than doing one big session a week and then feeling quite sore in your muscles. Try and do something that's within your working day to actually get not necessarily your heart rate pumping, but to get your bones, to get your levers moving. So we're going to talk about it as I progress, and I'm going to show you little things that you can do. Hello, Eileen. Karen Reese, where are you? Where are you indeed? Right, I'm going to have some music to play with because I thought it's always nicer to have a bit of sounds on, isn't it? Let me just make sure I've got it turned up. I don't want to last you out. 1, 2, 3. That's all right. Okay then. So I'm going to move through. You'll need a chair later on, but you don't need it at the moment. So I'll put that to the back. And then I've got a list of things that I want to go through. Some easy stuff. But a bit of coordinated stuff as well, just because that's what I do. Okay. So if you're ready, have your feet open. And all you're going to do is a little baby squat. That's as big as it needs to be. And what you're doing with every movement we do where you bend, you push load through your bones. And that's important enough. It doesn't have to be with heavy, complicated gym equipment. It can be simply bending and moving around your daily life. Okay, now we don't always stay on the spot, do we? So we're going to move a little bit around the room just for variation. And that moves the joints as well as the bones. Okay, so we'll do a couple more. Last one. And I'd take 2 steps to the right, 1 and 2. So straight away, just doing that lateral movement stresses your bones and your joints differently. Okay, now you can make it a little bit more intense. Let's slow down and sit down and stand up. Sit down and stand up. So now we've got a squat, but we're moving it around the room, down and up, and again. And we can make it a little more intense by staying down and not coming up, down and up. So this loads our bones, and that's what osteoporosis training is all about, loading the bones, loading the joints, and that's how the bone will lay down more bone mineral and get stronger. And again. Couple more. Last one. Now feet together, squat down, stand up, and straight away you are aware that your legs feel a bit warmer and you've done something. Couple more. Last one. Now stay at the top. All right. Open your feet. Hold on to a door frame if you want to. Rise up on your toes. So this is just a heel raise. You see me in the camera. There we go. If I turn side on a second. So I'm going high up on my ankles, and this pumps blood around the body. Those calf muscles are really important for pumping blood back around the heart. So good one to get into practicing and can do anywhere, can't you? One more and relax. Now you could make that a bit more intense. Put one foot behind, hold on for support and try it again. Just 1 foot. And now that's a lot of bone loading. So that's all of your ankles, so all of the bones in your feet, your ankle joint going up through the tibia, the fibia, and the femur. One more. Always got a match, haven't we? So the other side, put it around behind. You can do this barefoot. I've got trainers on, but you don't have to. That's it. A couple more. Last one. And then relax, and then just move through. Now this, at its lowest level, is impact. If you were very unfit, very immobile, elderly, this could be a big, big movement for you. All right? Now you can make that bigger by making it faster, adding some arms. That creates heat, and it's going to make your heart rate go as well, isn't it? Okay? And then, of course, you can add the ultimate impact, which is just a little bounce. Now that bounce can be a run or a fast walk. Are you joining me around the room? And you can run exactly the same. That's impact. And that's all you're needing to strengthen your bones. You don't need to do couch to 5K particularly. You don't need to run fast. You just need to push load through that body. Okay? And then relax. How about you can feel your heart rate go up, knees. And if you're concerned of your balance, hold on. And then just hold on with one finger and test your balance every now and again. Okay? So that's good for your knees, hips, and feet. All of that stuff is brilliant. All right? So anything that involves the moving, okay? You can go any way you like. All of that is just a squat. All it is this, down and up. And even from here, you can go down and up on your toes. So that's getting warmer. Last two. And relax. Bring it down. Just grab a drink. I'm not going to give you an aerobic workout, don't worry. Let's talk a bit about posture, because posture is really important for spinal health. And the spine is what's most affected with an osteoporotic body. The spine is where we could get a lot of fractures from the neck right the way down through the mid-back and into that lower vertebrae. So we need to take care of that back. And with posture and with work conditions these days, driving, everything we do is forward based. And so this means that our back muscles can get very long and weak, and we need to work on that, pulling them back. So let's just do a few easy things with no weight, nothing fancy, just you and your arms. So if you stand here to start with, shake them out. I'll turn sideways. And then I want you with your arms, take them to the back, put your palms together. Okay? And bring them to the front. Now, when you take them to the back, what do you notice? Around your shoulder area, you get tighter at the back here. Now, lots of people might not be able to touch their hands together at the back. Can you touch your palms behind you? Let's stay there this time then. Hold, link your fingers. Now, raise the arms. And as you don't just raise the arms, pull your scapula, the shoulder blades, together. There. So I can take my arms, look at my shoulders. I can take my arms up, but I can then bring my shoulders together. Feel the difference? And that's when you switch on those scapular muscles. And that's what helps with doing that and keeping your posture. So we want to work those upper back muscles. And we work those generally by pulling. So if you've got little weights or your water bottle, whatever it is, even if it's just this today, and we're here and there, but when you pull back, you squeeze your scapula together, there, pull, Watch my shoulders, tight, stretch, tight in, and back. One more, there. So that, just those few little moves for a couple of seconds, if you're at work and you think, oh gosh, I need to do something, what can I do? Well, that is just a brilliant exercise to do. Bringing the hands together, drop them down, but think of your shoulders, not just your arms going up. See? Feel the difference between that and then that. It really does make a difference with what muscles you're using. So upper back posture, think of your head. Where does it sit? Do you read a lot? Do you read in the chair a lot? Do you text a lot? Everything is this way around. This is what's going to happen to our neck. If we're hard of hearing, we do this a lot. So we lift our head, we lift, and we get this going on as well. So practice long head, long neck. You're being pulled up by the crown of your head. Keep long and tall. You want these lovely 7 vertebrae here in their natural alignment. All right, so when we got those vertebrae right, shoulder blades down as well, keep nice and tall. All right, you stand better. Your ribs are lifted. You'll breathe better. Everything will feel better when you stand up and use these posture muscles. But we love being like this, don't we? We carry our shoulder bag over and we're down like this. We're trompsing around. And that's what we end up like. And what you practice a lot, you will become. So you will become that old lady. So pull back. All right, stand tall, shoulders, head. All right, you don't need to push them out, but you do need to draw up and back. Okay, so once you're in that position, you can then do a little bit of more work. So you can do your squats, you can raise your arms and back. So now we're getting in a bit of back and shoulder work as well. And again, out and back. Let's do one more. Last one. Hold here. Now you can just go up and out with the arms and then back. Up and out. So we're using the chest, the shoulders. We can have a bit of coordination. What about up on your toes? Down, release. Up on your toes. Down, release. Up on your toes. Last one. Up and relax. So that's a nice way of working on your posture. All right, pulling back your shoulder blades, getting away from the screen, away from the chair, away from the phone, and practicing pulling backwards. And that's not with using any weights or anything at all. That's just what you've got, just your own things. Okay, what's next on my list? Go find a wall. This is a brilliant one. So you know we've done squats. How about a static squat to build some strength? So we start bum against the wall, back against the wall, head against the wall, feet open. Now we're going to slide down. There's the squat. Head against the wall, bum, shoulder blades, 3 points of contact. All right, now then, your load now is going through your hips, through your legs. So there's your squat. If you want to make it harder, we go lower. 90 degrees. That is really tough. Challenge you to 30 seconds of that every day. Never mind your squat challenge. Do a wall sit challenge for 30 seconds every day. That's a killer. That is a really killer. But super strength work for your thighs, all the way through that lower body for your mobility in your hip, but certainly for your hip joints and your thigh muscle, thigh bones. Okay. Now, if you're against that wall and you want to work a bit of mobility and see how really good these shoulder blade muscles are, so we go back to our wall sit. Could you do an angel? So we've got back, shoulder blades, head against the wall, elbows. Can you slide your wrists against the wall and stay there? And could you slide your arms up and slide them down on the wall, not away from the wall? Hands, knuckles on the wall, elbows, all the way down. Up, all the way down. That's a really tough one, but great for mobility and for super strength without any kit. Okay, so another good one to do is called a wall angel. and a wall sit squat. I challenge you to do those. Now let's grab your chair. Okay? Depending on your age, your fitness, your strength, how easy, if that chair, you know that chair behind you, take a seat. So one thing, did you look where the chair was? So before you sit, do you do that? And do you get halfway and then plop? What about when you sit on your sofa in the evening? Do you get halfway down and then go, oh, like that? Because you are losing strength in these thighs by not following through that squat. So what you want to do is when you sit down, you know the chair is there, you've checked before, head up, good posture, sit down. As quietly as you can, stand up, all right? Now, if you had a chair with handles, you could, if you wanted to, it's not cheating, but if you push down, you get bone loading through your arms. So if you're here and you go up and push, you squatted with your legs and you've taken some weight through your arms, all right? So you might be able to sit down without, hold on to the chair, push down in the arms, push up with your legs. That's another really good way of actually doing that squat. So try doing that and think about when you're sitting down at the dining room table, at the sofa, when you get into your car, how do you do it? Do you sit down? Same when you get in the car, when you put one leg in. So from here, do you sit? Or do you get here, hold the wheel and then plop? Have a think about what you do and see if you can make it different next time. Just have a think about it. If you or you're somebody who you know, an older relative, an older friend uses a stick or crutches, they can still practice weighted work from here. So you can sit using the stick, and from here you bear down into the stick, push. You bear down into the stick and take the weight. So you can do that, and you can do that one-handed wherever you want, and push and down. And you can even do it one-handed with the wall and the stick up and push and then down. But if we get reliant on chairs that lift us, you know, the chairs that lift you up from the seat that gradually do this, we lose all our strength in our bones. Society has made us weak. And if we take advantage of every gadget that's out there, then we lose our strength. You know, we have to sit on the sofa and point the changer at the TV. So we're not even getting up to change the television like we might have done years ago. So those things are different. You can use a walking stick with everything. All the squat moves that I've done with you, you can squat and push. I look as if I should start in a dance routine, shouldn't I? But you can squat and use the stick as much as you want. And then you can start to use it as a prop if you want to. But the stick, it shouldn't stop you from trying to do a little bit more with those bones. Just think how you can use this as your third leg to help you rather than not using any legs at all. So don't worry about the stick. Use that as much as you need to, or a crutch again as much as you need to. Okay, so that was those. Some important ones. We're going to do wrists and hand in a second. I'll talk about those. The back of the chair. So when you're at work, you can't get down on the floor very easily, can you? But you could do a few press-ups, holding the chair, hands wide, feet wide, down, push into the chair, down, push. Now, it's not about making an exercise hard. We're just looking to push through that chair and activate the muscles and the bones. We don't necessarily need loads of weight, but we need some resistance through. So you could use the chair down and up this way. You can use the door frame and push through. That's a great one. And actually using the corner, I use this one because it's quite handy, the corner of a wall. So hand and hand, and then pressing down this way. because that allows you to fall further. If you use the wall, you can get quite close to it. But if you use the corner and do a press up that way, it allows you full range. And that strengthens. Now we're getting into the wrists, this area. We're getting into that forearm, elbow joint. And that's crucial as we get older, because again, you tumble and you fall. These are going to go. They're very delicate bones, aren't they? They're very delicate bones, and they will get more and more delicate if you don't do any strength work. So I'm going to show you a few things to do with those. So you've got wrists, you've got fingers, and within the fingers you have joints. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few things to do with those. Now, if you suffer already and you've had an operation on this rib for like carpal tunnel, and you've had already this, you're going to have a mass of scar tissue and, you know, maybe some pain still. If you have this trigger finger, you know, where your finger stays like this and it doesn't straighten, then of course you've got to go with what you can do. But you can try something, okay? I'm going to do everything today with body weight, but of course if you're gripping, I've got a weight here just because it's nearby, but if you're gripping a weight and you're pushing, that's fine, but also gripping and hand stuff. Don't knock doing hand wrist mobility. It's great work for this joint, for this very, very vulnerable joint. Okay, so if we use the chair, grab your chair, everybody. All right, let's see how strong your wrists are to start with. So can you actually put your hands flat on a chair with your wrist, elbow, shoulder in alignment, right over the top of them? Okay, now what I want you to do is twist at the elbow joint. So you make your elbows go in and out. Not, my hands are still, and you're moving the radius and ulnar. So you just twist those elbow joints in and out. Can you feel that? So keep them turned in. All right, hold that position. 1 foot, 2 feet. So now you're in plank position, very strong. You've not sunk down, but now you've got bone load through the wrist, the forearm and the shoulder. Your core muscles are tight. If I get you to hold here for another 30 seconds, you'll know what bone loading means. All right, so I'm just going to bring you in, shake out, relax. Okay, now make a fist like this and think of that part of your knuckles and put that part of your knuckles on the chair. So if you're here like that, all right, bear down with them. Okay, now from this position, rise up on your tiptoes. That's it. And then stay down. Turn your fists or your palms inwards if you like, but you're making a fist. Okay, hold still. Well done. And now stretch them out, flatten them, and then stretch, do the opposite with the wrist and with the hand and stretching through those bones. Now think of your fingers like this. Pads of your fingers, pad of your thumbs. Hold the chair, but don't put your hand flat. So there, pads of your fingers. Okay, hold that. Take your legs a little bit further back. So there's the load. So fingertips, hold still. Well done. Stay again. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Shake them out. Feel that. Now as you bend your fingers the opposite way, you can feel these bones. Who knows somebody with arthritis in their fingers? Do you have arthritis in your fingers? Try and keep them moving, keep them mobile. All right, move the joints. Okay, so that one. And then the last one is the flat of your hand, the back of your hand on the chair. So my fingers face inwards and I'm pulling upwards. So now that's a big, big stretch through my forearm muscles here. Okay, hold still. Well done. All right, straighten your arms a bit more. And now turn your palms flat. Hold. Make a fist, push down. And then onto your fingertips. And then come up and relax. So those are great exercises for your hands and for your fingers. Good strength. And they use the actual joint actions that we can all do. And you're also moving the radius and the ulnar in here as well, up into the elbow, all right, that big joint and then up into the humerus, this joint as well. So anything you do where you support on your hands is going to have a knock-on effect to wrists, those bones, of course. And then as soon as you lift and you grip those muscles and bones, these muscles and bones up into your shoulder and your bones. So everything you do from as soon as you hold it, the moment you press it, you've got tons of exercise, tons of muscles working. Push, pull. So we've got loads of different muscles working depending on what we do with that arm and that limb, but really useful if you want to, these are just 1.5K, these little ones, but you can do loads of work with them, but similarly with a water bottle or a can. But the more weight you have, the more stress you put through the bone. And don't think of stress as bad. Stress through a bone is exactly what we need. So stress through a bone will create strength. And that's how you get stronger and improve bone mineral. All right. So try to remember that stress in some parts of the body is really important and good. And definitely for lifting and for pushing, we need stress, because stress creates that bone mineral. Okay. So that's that one done. Let me think if I've done any of this. Oh, the press up I showed you. I'll show you this little nice one on the floor that a lot of you might not know. And if you go to classes and you do press ups, you think, oh, I could never get them. This is a nice version. So if you're on the floor here, all right, and your knees are bent, all right, you can let them any way you like. But if you're in this position, all right, just drop on your elbow for a second. So that feels quite comfortable, I hope. And then from here, you can just drop into a press up. So you put your hand on the floor, press and push, press and push. And that's a really nice alternative from box press up, particularly if you don't like resting on your knees. That's a nice, that's a good exercise. But this takes away all of that need to be kneeling. And then also what you could do, which is adds a bit more load, is that take this hand away and then just do a one-handed press up there. And then that puts a lovely load through your wrist, forearm, all of that side of your body into the chest there. Okay, so that's a really nice move, and you would also do the other side as well. Okay, so those moves are really good for us. And then anything from the core, the plank, of course. I'll just run through that for you. So from this position, all right, you've got your elbows underneath your shoulders. All right, first thing would do, you come up onto the fleshy part of your thigh, pull up on your abdominals, so you're bearing down through your arms. So there's your bone loading through the arms, through the legs, through your core, holding still. And then the full plank is straight legs. And then every which way variation that you've done a plank, I'm sure, is relevant. But try and get the basics first. And certainly holding this move, 30 seconds is enough. Do different exercises for 30 seconds rather than thinking of one exercise for 5 minutes. Use as many joints as you possibly can. So the bigger the joint, the bigger the bone. So if we move our hips, we're moving this big femur. If we move our shoulders and bend our elbows, we're using these big, long bones. And that's bang for buck. So try and do that as much as you possibly can. All right, I think that's as much as I wanted to show you. So I'm going to do just a couple of minute routine, incorporating a few of those bits and bobs that we said about earlier. So I'm going to move my mat out the way. It won't be long, I promise. 29 minutes. Let's just do, make sure I got the right track on here. Okay. So just think of where we started. So your feet are open. Squat down, push up, down. So I'm not doing any impact. This is just muscles and joints working. Now come up on your tiptoes. Up, down, up, down, up, down. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the arms up. W, V, W. So it's super posture. Pull the arms back. shoulder blades down. Whew. And again. Well done. Stay down. Make a T. Lean right, lean left. And again. Good job. Last two. Now my right arm is going to reach across, touch, other side, touch. And again. Woo. Two more. Last one. Take 2 steps and move to the right. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2. Now you can do any arms you like. And again, so these are like pec deck arms, I call them. Whew. So you use your chest, you use the shoulders. 2 more. Last one. Now loose the arms. Slow and up. Step down, step up. And again. That's it. Now when we get back to the right side, you're going to pedal push your feet. Stay there. 1 and 2. So it's like a speed walker. Whew. 4 more. 1, 2, 3. March. 1, 2. So a fast march with a high knee. That's impact. And again. And then if you want to, you can make that run. You're going to go as fast as you like. Doesn't matter. It's the foot coming off the floor and going back down. You could skip. You can twist. You can dance. As long as you're coming off the floor. And then relax, okay? So take your arms out. VW. Pulling in. Last one. Relax. Now go find a door frame or a wall. Put your hands on. Feet close. Press and push. Press and push. Woo. So all of your chest muscles, your shoulders. And again. That's it. One more. And relax. Okay, come away. Go over to the wall. Woo. Bend your knees. Drop down. 3 points of contact. Low back. Shoulder blades. Head. Hands. Elbows. Lift. Lift. Don't knock my clock off. Up. Lift. One more. Last one. Stay here. Hands down. Go a little bit lower. 3 points of contact. Head, shoulder blades. Whew. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Getting warmer. Oh, come on. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Step in. Stand up. Lift your knees. Open your feet. Take a deep breath. Down. Circle, and there we are. I hope that gave you a few ideas and made you understand a little bit more about how you can implement the simplest of moves. It all counts. Believe me, it all counts. It can be as simple as sitting down, standing up, pushing, pulling with body weight or whatever weight you want, as long as you move these limbs with a bit of resistance. The same with your legs, and that can be your own body weight. Just do a few a day, all right? And that would be perfect. Thank you very much for joining me. Got an insight course, so we'll have to do later. Okay, thank you, Viv. Right, well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do let me know if you're on the group later on and you do have a go and you do try the class with me. It's always nice to know what's going on. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.